to the OHIO podcast, everybody. I'm your host, the Podfather. What is good, everybody? I hope you all are having a great Thursday evening. We are ready to take your phone calls this evening. We have a lot to talk about. 567-483-1999. I just got done recording a video with my main man, the grumpy cat, Chris himself, and boy howdy, was that thing fire. We broke down everything that's happening up there in Ann Arbor, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fired up tonight. I hope someone who roots for the Maize and Blue will call in tonight. I pray for that to happen. We also have two very special songs tonight. It's been a while since we've had a song. In fact, it was the week before the national championship game we played a song. It's been that long since we've dropped a new song, and I felt responsible to all of you. I felt responsible that I haven't had a new song in a while, so we have not one but two. They are "It Wasn't Me," Michigan version, and "Southern Fast and Furious." Those are the names of the song. I tell you what, first person who drops a $5 super chat on my lap tonight, you get to choose which song you want to play first. "It Wasn't Me," Michigan version, or "Southern Fast and Furious." You let me know. You let me know what you want to hear if you drop a $5.99 super chat on my lap tonight. The phone lines are open, like I said, 567-483-1999. Make sure that you get in early tonight because I have a feeling the phone lines are going to be fire this evening. Let me pull open my handy dandy call list this evening. Make sure that I've got everybody available at my fingertips tonight so we don't miss anybody's name when they call in. All right. We got our first super chat. My man, Dev, good to see you tonight in the chats, my brother. $20. Thank you so much. Dev, which one do you want to hear first, man? Chris has already heard him. I played him for tonight. "It Wasn't Me." All right, Dev, here you go. This is just for you, my brother, for the $20 super chat. Dev just paid for the first hour and then some tonight of the show. Appreciate you, my man. Here we go. "It Wasn't Me," Michigan version.
Yo, coach, what do you want? NC2A just caught us. You let them catch you? I don't know how we let this happen. With who? Kind of stallions, bro. I don't know what to do. Say it wasn't you. All right. NC2A came in and they caught us red-handed, stealing all the other team signs. Picture this, stallions on the sideline, wearing Central Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment. How you gonna spy on all these teams and keep it hidden? We got busted, now the Wolverines are forbidden. Hardball left town for the hammer came down. Now we're stuck here waiting for the NC2A clown. We were burger flipping, laptops tripping, records missing, partridge out and shredding, docks, Weiss caught slipping. Tell them it ain't true, deny every claim, but when they ask us, we just say, but they caught me at the big house. It wasn't me. Saw me hacking on the laptop. It wasn't me. Recruiting kids through COVID. It wasn't me. Even paid them with a burger. It wasn't me. Had a racist assistant. It wasn't me. Drove drunk through Ann Arbor. It wasn't me. Jim just left for the NFL, and now we're banned from the playoffs. NC2A came in and they caught us red-handed, stealing all the other team signs. Picture this, stallions on the sideline, wearing Central Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment. Yo, I try to tell them that the charges are bogus, but now we about to get a postseason bonus of bands. Show cars coming, hard balls running, AD shaking, Wolverines crumbling. Man, we had the talent, we ain't have to cheat. Now we about to lose all our wins in the heat. And C2A sniffed it out, saw the whole scene. Now they about to hit us with the SMU beam. But they caught us in the playoffs. It wasn't me. Watched our signals from the sideline. It wasn't me. Had a guy in sunglasses filming. It wasn't me. Destroyed evidence to hide it. It wasn't me. Now the banner's getting taken. It wasn't me. And the Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment.
Hey, what do you think, y'all? What do you what do you think, man? Oh, Ryan Day's championship beard. This needs to be on a trailer of speakers pulled through Ann Arbor. Oh, yes. Yes, it does. Devin with his 20 says, does my 20 get this emailed to me to play on my show? Yeah, it does. Of course, man. I tell you what, I'm going to drop this tomorrow on YouTube. It's going to have its own video. And then, yeah, you can play it all you want, brother. I'll send it to you, man. I don't care. Yeah. The more the merrier. Absolutely. So had to do it. Chris, when Grumpy Cat says this is my best work ever, DJ Podfather. Kenneth, pretty good, Eric. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Dion, it was dope. I'll take it. I'll take that. Ryan Day's beard said Michigan's heads will explode. I hope so. I hope the doggone thing goes viral tomorrow when we download it. I hope it goes viral, and I hope everybody in Ann Arbor hates it, and I hope the rest of college football loves it and plays it and shares it and posts it and does everything else to it because I think they deserve it, man. Of course, we couldn't make it exactly like Shaggy's It Wasn't Me because that's illegal. And I don't know how to do that. But it's best I could do. Hope you liked it. Let's go to the phone lines. I'm pretty sure I know who this first phone caller is. He's been first for a couple times in a week now in a row. So I'm sure he wants to be leading off again. Caden the man, you're number one. You're leading us off. Make it good.
Good evening, Eric, the Podfather, the man who just dropped the most, I think, amazing song on YouTube. How are we doing tonight, good sir?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Having a good evening. Had a busy but good day. How are you doing?
Just chilling, my man. I'm actually wearing a special hat right now. It's actually an OHIO Peterbilt hat because I knew that tonight was the OHIO podcast.
That's it, brother. I'll take it, man. So what's good, man? What's on your mind? What do you want to spit for me tonight?
I mean, come on. What do you think we're talking? What do you think I'm gonna come on here and talk about?
It's going to be one of two things. You're going to tell me how bad Michigan is, which I'm going to agree with you 100%, and we're going to pat each other on the back on that, or you're going to argue with me about Georgia again. It's one of those two things.
Actually, for this special episode, since I'm feeling a lot better now that Michigan's going to have a lot more pain, have a lot more trouble, I actually came to laugh at you about that team up north.
Let's do it then, man. All right, Caden, I get your opinion, man. I got some very strong opinions about how the fan base should be acting. I just recorded a video with Chris a little bit ago, and that's going to drop tomorrow morning for all of you. I have a very strong stance on how I would react if this was my team, if this was Ohio State, and this controversy was happening at Ohio State. I know exactly how I would react, and it's the exact opposite of how the majority of the fans in this fan base, Caden, are acting. They're burying their heads in the sand. They're deflecting. They're rejecting it. They're being blinded by it. They're just taking all the garbage that their bought and paid for media spills out to them, and they take it all and agree with it. It's sickening to me. Your thoughts, Caden?
Michigan fans are just stupid. Not only stupid, Eric, I will just tell you this. Just straight up losers, in my opinion. They cannot handle the fact that now that their program is in deep trouble with the law, that now they're saying that this is just absolute, nonsense. Like their program doesn't deserve this. No, Michigan deserves this. 4 years of this crap. I wasn't gonna lie down with them running their mouths about it again. No more. Absolutely no more.
Kane, I'll tell you exactly who doesn't deserve this. It's the young ladies who for the rest of their life will look with one eye behind their back, wondering when the shoe's going to drop from this, who will never have will always have trusting issues in their lives. They're the victims here. I cannot stand the victimhood that this fan base. We're the victims. This is so unfair. Hogwash. This is on Penn State. This is getting to Penn State levels here, people. This is getting to where it is absolutely ridiculous. Chris and I went down a list of things in the last 2 to 3 years that just the football program, and it's beyond the football program in the entire athletic department, just the football program is guilty of. It's sickening. And yeah, I'll answer your question in just a second after this phone call, Ryan Day's Championship Beard, about how if my stance on the punishment has changed. But yes, it's absolutely sickening, Caden. The true victims here, it's not us as Ohio State fans. It's not the fans of Michigan. The true victims are the young ladies in this thing, man. That's just with the Matt Weiss issues. There are victims all across this country. Football players, coaches who lost their jobs because of the cheating. It's despicable how this program has acted.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get that 100%, Eric. And I'll just say this, to be completely honest. I've said this before about Michigan fans. I'll say it again about Michigan fans. They are just acting like this is not their fault. This is their fault, rather. They just are too dumb and too blind to see it. Well, that's the bottom line.
What is their fault is they're defending their program. Stop defending your program. Stop defending this.
No, just admit that you guys did this crap, because if you don't, then there's going to be a lot more worse things.
I mean, at this point, what else can happen? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable at this point. The NCAA, at this point, Caden, they have to punish them. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have to punish them.
Right.
What else you got?
No, I agree with you, Eric, and I 100% agree with you on it.
Sorry, Caden, it's got me fired up, man. I'm sorry.
No, I'm fired as much up as you are, but I'm just not trying to waste my energy, because your buddy Wildman, when I was on his show, was like, "Don't waste your energy, Caden." I was like, "Yeah, I'd better take his advice to consideration." So thank you, Wildman.
Well, the wild man brings tons of energy. Trust me.
But I was gonna say I was honored and lucky to have you on my show last night, which by the way, guys, Eric is amazing, and
thanks.
It was an absolute honor, and I'd love to have you on the show again, because you really bring the best out of me, and I appreciate every conversation we've had, Eric. So, and I'll tell you what, you're way better than one person I know, but we don't need to say him. But I'll just say that he's a Notre Dame fan.
Oh, poor Kennedy, man, just picking on him again. Kennedy's on vacation right now, brother.
You know what? At least when I at least begged him to when I dared him to eat those Buckeyes, he went insane. And that was the funnier part.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling in, my man. That's Caden the Man, everybody. OH.
I do want to mention something, Eric.
Okay,
Saturday night live on the channel, I'm making a big announcement for my channel concerning my channel. It might be something good. It might not be something good. I might be canceling. I might be leaving YouTube. But you'll fans of the OHIO podcast, you're going to stick around to find that out. If Caden Man is going to be back on YouTube, or is this another step for me to expand to different fans across the state of Ohio, all around the country? But like I said, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday night, I'll be revealing my answer.
All right.
Just wanted to say that.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Caden. Thanks for calling in, buddy. OH.
IO.
All right, let me answer this real fast. Man, this is probably not the night to have a headache. Lunatic Fringe and both Lisa tonight dealing with headaches. I apologize if I'm too loud. Just make sure you turn the volume way down because I'm fired up tonight. Ryan Day's beard. Eric, has your stance on the punishment changed yet? Yep. NCAA has to punish him. You cannot let this go unpunished. You can't do it. I've always said I wanted them punished, but I was always concerned the NCAA wouldn't. At this point, the NCAA has to punish them. They have to. It's so bad. Like I said, it is getting to Penn State levels now. It's not funny. It's not a joke anymore. So, yeah, gonna have to punish them. That's just the way it's gonna be tonight. Let's see here. Who up next? All right. I know who this guy is. Tyler, I know you've got the thunder coming. Bring it, brother.
Eric, I'm going to try to remain calm, cool, and collected.
Good luck.
And because when I saw what I saw today on Twitter, I didn't believe what I saw. Do you know how many devices this man was using?
No, I haven't heard this. How many different devices?
Okay, let me read it off to you because I saved it on my phone. Give me a second. Okay, get this, right? He had 3 desktop computers at his office and in the tight ends meeting room with the quarterback room. He had a black Motorola cell phone in his office as well. He had a gray Apple iPad in his office. He had a black flash drive in his office, a gray Western Digital flash drive in his office, another iPad at his residence, a gray MacBook at his residence, a blue flash drive at his residence, an 6 gigabyte SD card found at residence, 16 gigabyte Sony SD card found with a video camera, a gray MacBook found at residence, a rose gold iPhone found at residence, a Western Digital passport hard drive found at residence with also a MacBook, and a digital latitude laptop, location not specifically found yet. How many devices does this guy need?
That's a lot. That is, we have.
And mind you, also
between my wife and I, between my wife and I and my stepson, we have 4 computers and 3 cell phones. And then I have my computer at work. She has hers. I don't know. Anyways, nowhere near that for one man. That's ridiculous.
Now, I was telling this to Sean earlier because I saw this. It's how much storage did this guy have? Because you have to buy storage for all these too. How much was this guy's bills per month?
I'm curious
for
where
cell phones.
I'm curious if he was storing some of this on the university's servers. I'm really curious about that because the university is going to have terabytes and terabytes of space for servers.
Because another reason why I was infuriated when I saw this, Eric, the biggest drives are going to be going to be used up for all the film, for all the film from all the games of Ohio State and
Right.
Penn State.
Yeah.
They take up 4 gigabytes by themselves.
It's a
So
it's
we're
ridiculous, Tyler. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. I have no idea. The guy was obviously he was obviously doing something criminal. He's been arrested for it, but I mean, it was so extensive. It's gone on for years, dude. Unbelievable.
I just it. I understand that you haven't beat Ohio State for so long, but to go to these lengths to actually beat us is actually quite astonishing.
Yeah. It is. It is. But it's not just beating us. And that's the thing I don't want get lost here, Tyler. It's bigger than
I
Ohio
know,
State. It's the victims here are the young ladies that were exploited. Some of which,
I
Tyler,
know, and
were
that
from his
too.
own university. Young like the lawsuit that is coming against him and the university and the third party company that he used to access this information are uh, former female student athletes from Michigan. They're suing their own university. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, it's disgusting. They 150,000 people. I don't even know how much time you have per day to do that.
He obviously wasn't doing
Like
much
you're,
coaching.
yeah, like you're a offensive coordinator. Were you just there as a title as offensive coordinator? Because if you have all this time, you obviously weren't coaching. And that's why your quarterback's been playing so garbage like too.
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. It's ridiculous.
I was Eric. Every day, the more we find out about this, the more the more angry I get, the more my blood boils. It's and I'm a guy that doesn't like to get angry, but this is just like I've all those females and all those men out there that had all their identity, have all those pictures stole from them. It's disgusting.
It
It's
is.
disgusting.
It is 100%, Tyler. 100%. Anything else on your mind, brother?
No, I don't, Eric. I'm reading the chat. I'm just, I am.
Make
So,
sure
yeah.
make sure you watch the video tomorrow morning that Chris and I are gonna drop, brother. I think you're gonna appreciate it.
Oh, I will.
All
I
right,
will.
man. Have a good night. OH.
I'll.
All right, before we go to the next caller, 931, we're coming to you next. I was asked by Dennis to drop the other song. This one is called Southern Fast and Furious. It's a Georgia themed song. Enjoy, everybody.
Way down in Athens where the dogs run free, they ain't just fast on the field, you see. From the 50-yard line to the county jail, burning rubber like it's on the rail. Kirby's yelling, slow it down. down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs feeding, cops keep reading, plates off Lamborghinis, wrecks get teeny. Kirby's crying, but they ain't trying to hit the brakes. Recruiting 5 stars, driving too hard, tearing up Athens Boulevard. Coach keeps preaching discipline first, but that radar gun just makes it worse. Kirby's yelling, slow it down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs speeding, cops keep reading, plates off Lamborghinis, wrecks get teeny. Kirby's crying, they ain't trying to hit the brakes. Recruiting 5 stars, driving too hard, tearing up Athens Boulevard. Coach keeps preaching discipline first, but that radar gun just makes it worse. Kirby's yelling, slow it down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs speeding, cops keep reading, plates off of Lamborghinis, wrecks get teeny. Kirby's crying, but they ain't trying to hit the brakes.
No joke. The song's playing and my wife comes up. Look what shirt she's wearing. Well done. Oh shoot. Good to have Mika in the chat. I interviewed Mika yesterday. That's gonna drop early next week. My interview with Mika. She is so awesome. Mika, that song's for you, girl. I know you wanted to hear that one, man. Um, oh dude. Bro, bro. Oh, I couldn't help myself. I actually think that song is actually better than half the country music we hear today. Do you all agree? Like that song's pretty good. Like I would listen to that on the radio and I'd be like, dude, that's pretty good. Lisa says, great songs, Eric. Where can I save them? Thanks for asking. If you go to our YouTube channel, so just the channel you're watching YouTube on right here, the OHIO podcast, on your computer, if you go to our homepage there on the YouTube, scroll down, I have a whole list of all the songs. You just click on them. It says the Ohio podcast. I think it says songs. I should probably double check that actually, make sure that that is exactly what it is. Um, Anyways, they're all saved there. Now, the one that we played at the beginning of the show, it wasn't me Michigan version. That one is going to probably we're going to post that tomorrow, and then that Georgia one that we just had, that one we're gonna post on Saturday. So if you go to our YouTube page and you scroll down to created playlists, there's one that says an OHIO podcast music production. All the songs we ever made throughout the season and the two that you will see tonight, we will include those in that playlist. You click on that and you can scroll down through all of them and play any of them that you want. We've had a lot of good ones, and but those two today, I gotta tell you, they're pretty good. All right, we're gonna go back to the phone lines. If you didn't hear the "It Wasn't Me" Michigan version song, we will play that again here in a little bit. But let's head back to the phone lines. 931, welcome to the OHIO podcast.
Hey, Eric, this is David. Thanks for having me on.
Hi, David. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
I'm well. I am well, man. No, I'm just fired up tonight, brother. I'm just fired up. What can I say?
Well, I'm going to bring a little something to everybody's attention here that I don't think everybody's kind of hit on, but no one's really landed on it. Weiss was doing this, looking at these girls and students in this website since 2015. He was with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to me that maybe there's a more of a Harbaugh connection here than what we realize. And the Ravens and the NFL better get ready for some serious lawsuits. Because he was doing this before he got to Michigan. What reason would he have to be looking into that website when you're working for an NFL team? I'm sorry, that's just completely wild to me.
My theory is
completely wild.
My theory is that it was for blackmail and selling that the people's data and information on black market. Like I really don't know. I mean, was it perverted? Yeah, but I don't know that he was using it for his own pleasure, if you follow my drift, because there's way too much information on there, and it wasn't just females. So I think he literally was doing this for blackmail's sake. So, for instance, David, he gets a picture of a young lady in a compromised photo. He gets her information, and then he can sell that to somebody on the dark web, and then that person can contact that individual years down the road, send them a picture and say, if you don't want this picture to be blasted all over the internet, or you don't want me to send this to your employer or to your parents or to your children years down the road, then you need to send me X amount of dollars. That stuff happens. That's my theory.
And you could be 100%. You could be 100% right on that. And I'm not going to say that you're not. There could absolutely be an aspect of this, but I just find it bizarre that you would start doing that way back when.
Yeah, so that's why I don't think
it's hard to wrap your head around, and then he ends up. You know what? He just didn't get Harbaugh. He didn't just get one coach from his brother. He got two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones that he gets is the one that knows how to break into computers.
Right?
This thing didn't start with Connor Stallions. Connor Stallions didn't start working there until the spring of 22. This was Weiss. This is Weiss that started to break into this. It wasn't when this all came out. We all thought it was Connor Stallions that started. Connor Stallions was just the last ingredient to make it all work. They already were breaking into everybody's accounts, and getting. I said from the very beginning that there was going to be at least Ohio State, Michigan State, and Penn State's practice film.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to go there, why not just steal everybody who's in the Big Ten?
Right.
And but the sad thing is the real victims, like you were saying earlier, the previous callers, is these students that were victimized by a scumbag.
Yeah.
And the fact that anybody in Michigan is defending that is, I can't wrap my head around that. That's so sickening to me that you were that deranged over a football game, that you support what has been done here so you can have bragging rights. How demented Michigan is your fan base. That is demented at another level. And then to go around and gaslight everybody on top of it. Oh, it's Ohio State's fault. It's freaking, it's this, it's that, and they're blowing it off. It's absolutely disgusting. Kick them out of the Big Ten. We don't want them. We don't need you. We don't need them as a rival anymore.
100%.
I used to love that rivalry, and get rid of them. Bring in Notre Dame.
I for the first time in my, and I don't want to I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to agree with you, David, that at this point I feel like Oregon needs to be our new rival, and because this is so despicable. It's like I said, it's Penn State level. Um, I mean, I don't even know like how, as a man, you could look if you had a daughter. I have a daughter, David. I don't know. Do you have a daughter? I have one.
No, I have no kids. I got my wife's kids and grandkids.
Okay, gotcha. I have a daughter. She's a senior in high school. If she went when she went to college next year, if I found out that there was a coach in Cedarville, she's going to go to Cedarville University down near Dayton.
My sister went there.
Oh, okay. There my son goes there actually right now. He's a junior at Cedarville. If I found out that there was a coach at Cedarville who did this and she was and that some of her information was stolen and compromising pictures or whatever, I'm telling you as a man, they better lock him up to keep him from me. I have no idea how a parent at this point could send their child to the University of Michigan. I have no idea how you could do that.
I'm with you, and I've been saying the same thing to my wife. She's been saying the same. We've been saying the same. Like, how could anybody send their child to that institution? Is beyond me. It is. It's mind-boggling. It's so mind-boggling. You can't wrap your head around this. And I'm with you. And if this happened at Ohio State, if this happened at Ohio State, fans would be up there with doggone pitchforks and flamethrowers, burning that place to the ground.
100%.
And they're cheering it and gaslighting and saying, "Oh, it's not our fault. We're the victims." And what? It's time to put them away. Time to put them away. And I'm going to tell you right now, as far as the rivalry goes, they better get out of the Big Ten, because after winning this natty, and you can see it in Ryan Day's face and just hear it in his voice and everything, the tables are turning. The tables have turned. Tables have turned. And you're going to go back to irrelevancy. They're going back to irrelevancy. The fact that they were even ranked is amazing. Personally, I would have never done it without kids that I got from Ohio. We all know that.
Right.
They've been living off freaking Ohio for their entire existence. Without Ohio kids, they wouldn't even have a football program. But that's besides the point. And see Mimi L up there. That's my wife, by the way. So.
Okay. Lovely.
So yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. And OH.
IO, brother. Call it. Make sure you call back in next time, brother. IO. Good phone call. Good phone call. All right. Let's keep her moving. Keep her moving. Who's up next? Oh, Nelly. Is this who I think it is? No, it is not. Okay. 260, welcome to the OHIO podcast.
Hey, what's going on, man? This is Todd from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How you doing?
I'm good, Todd. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. Hey, just enjoying the show tonight, and kind of piggybacking off what some of the other callers have mentioned. My personal belief is with Matt Weiss is I think he was specifically hired by Michigan to do what he was doing. And I think he was hired to run the scheme to try to access university records, medical records, player records, playbooks, videos, or whatever. And then I think the girl thing on the side, I think he was kind of doing that on his own. And then this whole thing blew up and it's dragged the whole university into it. And I think it all ties in with Connor Stallions. I think all that stuff ties in. He was kind of like the intel guy. He was the guy on the internet. He's trying to get passwords. He's trying to get login information. You know, a lot of the stuff going on, like on 11 Warriors, with the Brohio and Premier Drum and those guys on 11 Warriors that tend to know quite a bit of stuff. Like, it seems like this stuff's all kind of tying in together. And that's what I think. I think Weiss, having worked exclusively for the Hardballs basically his entire adult life, from Stanford to the Ravens to Michigan, I think he was some sort of like, you know, if you kind of remember what the Cardinals were doing in baseball with the Astros, they had those interns that were hacking into the Astros player database, and they were looking for records on the players so they could try to concoct trades and try to basically steal from the Astros. They all went to federal prison. And I kind of think it's like, man, maybe Weiss is kind of the same thing. Like, he was kind of like, you know, we got this Marine intelligence guy and he's sending people around the country, and, you know, we can get Matt in here, and with Matt's computer savviness and technology, his ability to get into computers and do that type of thing. Like, if they could find a way to put those all together and make it work, bam. You know, I mean, look at how good they got that 3-year stretch. They were almost unbeatable. And when did you ever see that? Harbaugh couldn't even beat Mel Tucker, like at Michigan State. He lost the first 2 out of 3 against Mel Tucker. And it's just like, how the hell did they get so good? Well, you got Connor Stallions sending people around the country, getting video on all these players. Then you got Matt Weiss, who's sitting in the shadows in Schembechler Hall, and he's key logging, he's keystroking, he's doing all this stuff. He's trying to get into all these different athletic sites. Like, you know, there's people saying that he accessed Ohio State video at the Woody Hayes, that he accessed Ohio State players' medical records. And then obviously, if you have all of that information, plus you have the signs, you have all that thing, man, no wonder they beat us 4 years in a row. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking, you know, could be the whole catalyst of this whole thing. And then the nuclear bomb that could drop on Michigan once this is all said and done is if they can prove, and I think they already know the answer to this. I think everybody already knows the answer. I think they knew he was already in trouble, and they let him stay on, and they let him keep his job to get through that playoff run in 22. And then once the playoff run, once they lost to TCU, they cut ties the next week or whatever it was. But I think if they come out and say, you know, Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, Ward Manuel, they knew that he was already investigated and in trouble for this stuff. Wow. I mean, I can't even imagine what the NCAA and even the feds could end up doing to everybody, because they're all sweating. They are all sweating this whole thing, and I think it's just gonna get worse. I think it's gonna get really, really bad. And originally, it's kind of like you. Like, I didn't think, like, I kind of like, they're not gonna do like the sign stealing thing. Like, they're gonna take some scallies away. They're gonna fine them. They might end up sacrificing Sharon Moore to the football gods to kind of make things go away. But I didn't really think anything major was going to probably happen. But this stuff, it's like, holy crap. This is like a whole nother level of, this is, yeah, like Penn State level. And it's going to drag the whole university. It's going to get everybody in the athletic department. It's going to get their cybersecurity staff. It's going to get the president of the university. It's going to get everybody. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking.
Todd, love the tinfoil hat stuff. Trust me, I love to put on a tinfoil hat in college football. It's kind of my jam. I don't know how far off you are. That's the thing. I don't know how tinfoily this is. Like, this is some next level stuff. And the last caller that just called in, David, he mentioned Matt was at Baltimore with
Yeah.
the other Harbaugh brother. So
Yep.
Jim might have known that this was what he did and brought him on
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
Yeah.
And one of the classic things to do is blame your enemy for doing the very thing you're doing, right? We see it in politics all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you recall, and someone in the chat brought it up, the natural. If you remember, Harbaugh on a Big Ten call was blaming Ryan Day of doing illegal stuff on a Big Ten call. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Look at
I
everything
remember.
he was doing. This is some crazy stuff, man. And I'm like you, Todd. I've kind of done a 180 on what's going to happen here. At this point, I think the NCAA is going to have to do a major punishment. It's going to have to be major. This is getting to the point where you can't do a slap on the wrist here, guys. It's beyond that. Like
Yeah.
It's kind of like the parent who refuses to punish their child. They're a spoiled brat when they're a kid. They refuse to punish their child, and then all of a sudden you wonder how in the world your child's hooked on heroin on the corner. Like, you never discipline the child. You spare the rod, spoil the child, right? And the child grows up to be a complete, like, this is why I'm so upset that the Michigan fans aren't holding their university responsible here. And on top of that, I want to say this, Todd, real fast, and then I'll let you respond. One of the other reasons why this would never happen at Ohio State to this degree is because the media, although they're not allowed to ask certain questions during press conferences, the media at Ohio State, the beat, is not bought and paid for. They will report on Ohio State. The media in Ann Arbor is literally bought and paid for by the university.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I mean, Ohio State media won't hesitate to drag. I mean, we saw it before the playoff run started. They were dragging Day up and down the field, from field goal to field goal, and it was merciless. And with Michigan, it's so completely different. They've got that blue wall that's built around the state. And I think it's only the Free Press, I think, is the only one I've actually read anything from that will talk about anything negative when it comes to Michigan. But it's just, in people like, Michigan, Jim Harbaugh had 2 predators on his staff.
That's right.
He had Weiss. And he had Alex Ude, the other Michigan football staffer that was trying to meet minors at Walmart in Ann Arbor. And it's just like, and then you had Connor Stallions. I mean, a literal psychopath. I mean, the dude was. You had an entire football staff full of absolute lunatics, lunatics.
And
And
Harbaugh
you had
has the
the
gall.
the drunken driving.
Yeah. Harbaugh
Yeah,
has
I
the
mean, it's
gall
just
to stand
those
behind a
guys.
pulpit, Todd, stand behind a podium, and when he's across the country in Los Angeles, and when asked about these allegations, and say he's never cheated, lied, or stole, and that's what he preached to his team. Are you kidding me? What a hypocrite! It's unbelievable,
he's
man.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap, just like that entire football program and most of the fan base, man. It's just like, Urban Meyer broke Jim Harbaugh in so many ways that he just drove him crazy, and it was just like he literally was willing to do anything to try to win a football game. It's just it's beyond the pale of anything that makes any sense, because I sit and I read this stuff on on 11 Warriors and stuff I see on X, and it's just like, man, oh man, it's like, if it, there's a lot of people like Buckeye Scoop, a lot of people don't find Buckeye Scoop too reputable, but the stuff that they bring up on X, about having all the practice video. They said they had practice video of Ohio State playing on the TVs at Schembechler Hall, and it's like, how the heck? Like, again, Matt Weiss, he's got keystroke loggers going, and he's figuring out passwords, like, and it's not real hard to figure out passwords if you know how to do that type of thing. You can do it. The company I work for, our cybersecurity guy, that he just took another job, but he worked for the FBI for a number of years, and he say, give me 5 minutes with you, and I'll go to your desk and we'll talk, and I'll guarantee by the end of the day I'm gonna have all your passwords figured out. I'm gonna know your email login. And he says, all I need to know is what your favorite team is, what your favorite color is, just little information like that, and I could crack just about any password. And it's just like, I'm just like, how the heck, man? Like, he's good at it. He's
Yeah.
good at it. He could figure it out, and and who knows what all kind. And like, how does he have that kind of stuff on the school? So that's another thing that's getting Michigan in serious trouble. Is he had all those like programs to crack passwords on his Michigan devices, and like, you cannot just install stuff like that. Like, you can't install. You can barely install anything on a company device
No kidding,
without
right?
permission from
Right?
the IT department.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a
So
good point. That is a very good point. I know that firsthand. Yes, I get tech support calls all the time because I work for a safety and software company, and I do a lot of tech support calls and with government agencies, and I literally have to speak to the this tech department in those agencies because a regular employee cannot install my software on their computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% true.
Yep.
And these
Yep.
universities are going to have a lot more in place than
Oh yeah.
a small county engineering company.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're dealing with 30,000 students that are 18 to 22 years old, and on top of the faculty and all the other support staff and all that, man, they got to have ironclad internet security at a major university like that.
Yeah.
So, Weiss installing all these rogue programs on his devices to be able to crack passwords and all that stuff and store all of this stuff. Like, he's storing all this stuff on these devices. And it's like, how is there no red flags? Like, IT guy got, saying, hey, Matt in the football program's got a lot of weird activity going on his devices. Maybe, has anybody ever check to see what's going on? They just shut it up. Like, nobody's going to talk about it. Matt's doing what Matt's doing. we're winning football games. Let's just keep it quiet, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be a lot. And they just finished, I think, paying off that that the trainer or whatever it was that was molesting all the athletes back in like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
That's like $500 million. And I think they just finished paying those lawsuits off. Now they're going to get another one. It's like they're going to run out of money. Like, how are they even going to be able to pay another massive lawsuit like this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy. Great phone call, Todd. Don't make it your last one, man. That was great, buddy. I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, for sure.
All
for
right,
sure.
buddy.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. OH.
All right. IO. Later.
Awesome call. That was a good call. Yeah, dude. There's some tinfoil hat stuff there, but it's time to start thinking about those things. So what I want Michigan out of the Big Ten after this, guys, I'm very conflicted on that. I love this rivalry. It's the best rivalry in all of sports. It's getting to the point where it's become so tainted that I don't know, guys. I'm starting to wonder. Starting to wonder. All right. It's time to get some juice in here. TG, what's happening?
Yo, what up, Eric?
I'm having one of those nights where I need to stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm because otherwise I'll just scream into my microphone.
Oh, well then, honestly, you should watch the show I did today with Sean because we legit went all over this. I even showed videos on there about this whole thing, and it was kind of disgusting.
All right, TG, light it up, girl. Everybody wants to hear you light it up. Let's have it.
Oh my God! I know Eric. We love, and I'm gonna probably be calmer on this one than I was on the first one, but I know we love this rivalry. But with what they've done, I don't think they're worth being a rival anymore. I'm sorry. I'm done with this program. Like, one of their former players, John Vaughn, do you know who that is?
No. Fill me in.
He's a Michigan player from the Bo Schembechler era.
Okay.
He actually, and Sean and I have this, we showed it on our show as a video of what he had said. He is one of the victims of a sexual assault that took place by a doctor of the Michigan football team back when Bo Schembechler was a head coach. And he told Bo Schembechler, but he brushed it off and ignored it. And this is the same doctor who even did it to Bo's stepson, and he didn't even and he still brushed him off. And from what John had said is, for half a century, Michigan has been throwing stuff like this under the bus. The stuff you're hearing with Matt Weiss, the stuff that you're hearing right now, it's not shocking that this is now just coming out because Michigan was legit throwing it under the bus. They were literally just hiding it. Like, even though you had because they had legit stuff that came up on their emails that was very, very weird. I will say that. And they told it to Michigan, but instead what Michigan chose to do is they just chose to ignore it. So when I heard him say that, I said, okay, this is where it starts to make sense. If you're telling me for half a century, y'all have been covering up all kinds of scandals, especially regarding like sexual harassment, sexual assault, anything regarding that, y'all are a sick program, and I don't want anything to do with you at this point. I don't care about this rivalry anymore. I just don't care. Y'all don't deserve to be our rivals anymore. This is such a black eye. This is such a stain. This is so disgusting. And the more and more that starts coming out, the more and more like sickness I start getting in my stomach just off the fact that you're telling me that y'all knew about this. Not only did you know, but you swept it under the rug and allowed this man to coach. Because if you look at the timeline into which this guy was fired when he took a leave of absence, it was right after the freaking playoffs. Like, are you joking me?
Right. They knew about it before that.
So y'all basically, Yeah, yeah, y'all knew about this. Even when you had people reporting it to you. And think about it like this as well. When you typically have one of your students of a university, like one of their stuff has been hacked, you typically have a notification, and then you send that notification out to all your students and to all those people, and you will notify them that that is happening. Michigan didn't do that once, not once, and they still haven't notified any of those people whatsoever. So, like, what Michigan? You guys are such a scumbag university, and to know how low you go with, you're really a win at all cost program. Now I know people want to compare this with John Harbaugh because he basically coached under John Harbaugh. I'm gonna tell you this: if John Harbaugh had knew something about this, I think he would have fired him. I don't think he had any knowledge because John Harbaugh is nothing like his family. His family are a bunch of weirdos, but he's the only normal one. I don't even think he would condone this. I really don't believe it. I think he's the only good one out of that family, and I literally believe if he knew Matt Weeks was doing this, he would get rid of him because he's a good man. I don't think he's that type of. I don't think he's as low as his brother. And I really do think Ohio State broke Jim Harbaugh at that point. For you to want to go down to that level to allow Matt Weeks, as somebody has said, and even I'm going to say this now, y'all are the dirtiest, most scumbag piece of crap program there has ever been, with this being the largest data breach in the history of not only college football but ever by any institution, by any organization, by any what do you call those NFL teams, franchises, or any kind of college organization. This is the biggest legit data breach by a university, and y'all literally let this happen for what? For what? What was the purpose? For you to win it all because you're tired of being stuck in irrelevancy. So imagine if Ohio State throws y'all to the curb. Now you're definitely going to be back in irrelevancy. And I hope the Big Ten, I know they're not, but I really hope they do consider kicking them out of the Big Ten. Really, I hope the NCAA, which they probably won't, will consider putting them in the D3 league. Down there with, instead of Division One, you're down in Division 3 because that's where you belong. You are nothing but scumbags.
Yes, 100 times over, TG. Yes, it is. Um, it is so hard for me to think of a world where the last game in November that is played is not between Ohio State and the scum up north. But the further along we get into this thing, the more I'm just like, bring on Oregon. Like, it's
Yes,
so tainted, TG. It's just like you almost feel dirty playing them because of how dirty their program is.
honestly, you feel dirty giving them the exposure. Because remember what I said? This Ohio State is the reason why this program has stayed relevant. We cannot continue allowing them to be relevant. Like, they got to fall into irrelevancy. They just have to. And it's not just Oregon, because I know that for a fact they have a rivalry with Washington. But I would even say bring on Notre Dame.
I mean,
Bring them on. I don't care. Like, bring me anybody. I don't even care. I would even take Penn State over these fools.
Penn State had their own scandal for a while, but yeah, I follow you. I
Oh, no,
follow
no, no.
you.
I know about the Jerry Sandusky. The difference between the Jerry Sandusky scandal and this one is Penn State wasn't covering that up. Once they found out, they got rid of that fool. Whereas this program was just literally covering it up, and they have a history of doing this. That's the big difference.
You're right. There is a difference there. You're absolutely right. Man, it's getting to the point where
This is worse than that.
worse than Penn State.
Yeah, to me it is. And I know people will say, well, he didn't physically, dude, he's blackmailing females. You don't think he could blackmail one of them into getting intimate with him? He absolutely would have done that had he not gotten caught.
It's on the it's getting to that same level, yes. And I say here's where it is worse than Penn State, TG, and I think you brought this up. It's the cover up that's being done by the university. That is worse than what Penn
Yep.
State did. You're 100% right about that. Uh, and it needs to be um, It needs to be exposed. Bobby Mack with a $2 super chat. TG, I'll ask you this question: what's the over under on TTUN getting the death penalty? I think it's more than 50% now.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think. Now, do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But I really do think it's over 50% they could, because even the NCAA plus the Big Ten, if they could ever get an opportunity to get the freaking death penalty to this program, if there was ever an opportunity to bring back the death penalty, this is the one time it's acceptable. It just is. Like,
100%.
and well deserved, because these guys are scumbags, absolute horrific human beings for this BS. You should have never allowed this to happen. Heck, you should have stopped it when it had it. And again, James Yoder, I don't give a dang about what you tweet out about a freaking booster from Ohio State regarding that whole thing. Guess what? If he is legit guilty for what he committed, take his name off the Woody Hayes. We are not gonna celebrate this freaking moron for getting himself involved in something that would discredit Ohio State in a million years. No. Unlike you all. And you all literally deflect. And what's even more sickening is you freaking clowns are actually cheering this. You literally lack morals, principles. You are the worst fan base of all time. I'm sorry. There's no fan base worse than the scum up north fan base. They're all piece of trash human beings. Well, there's a couple that actually have common sense. But it's a small portion compared to the 99% that actually are okay with this. Like, no, y'all need to. I can't even, like, I'm trying not to even make this not family friendly. I'm gonna try to keep this as friendly as possible. Y'all are the biggest set of scumbag human beings on planet Earth, and I hope your program gets bombarded down so bad. And what's the best thing about it is this isn't even like it's part of the Connor Stein stuff. This will be part of a third NOA. And think about it, 3 NOAs in how many years? Like what, a year and a half?
Mm-hmm.
You get 3? And you're already repeat offenders. I wonder how bad it's going to get for you from here. And y'all don't even want this stuff getting out. Michigan in particular, they don't even want this getting out because they know how badly this is going to destroy their program.
Right.
They're going to try to settle this as fast as they can, but they can't. Y'all are literally like, you have legit an attorney who's representing those girls that got hacked. It's the same attorney who got y'all to cough up $490 million. And then you have plenty of other legal attorneys trying to find all these kids that got their stuff hacked, all the athletes, all the girls, all the players, because it's not just women that's affected, it's men too. And they're trying to get all of them to come sue this program, knowing that they can make a bunch of money off this because your dumb sales actually allowed this to continue happening. So, and again, because of how true it is that you knew about this and you still didn't stop it, like you didn't stop him, you didn't try to punish him in any fashion, you allowed him to keep going with this. Y'all are going to be dealing with so many lawsuits, especially with Title IX coming into play. How devastating that's going to be for this university, because y'all finna end up going bankrupt if these lawsuits go through.
100%. And it's like Todd said on the previous phone call, TG. The university, they're explicit in this, not just because they maybe covered it up, but they probably knew about this, and that's why they're fighting this so hard, because they did know all about this, and they were a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, great call, TG, as always, girl. Go for it. One more thing.
Super funny. They could have avoided all of this had they just complied with the NCAA. Nope.
100%.
Instead, you wanted to fight, do the bet, and be morons, and now your university's on the. Like, we have to do a check-in with y'all with this team to see just how bad this is gonna go. Just how low can you go? How low is your program? Where you at right now?
100%, you are correct. Absolutely. Great phone call, girl. I'm going to have to catch your show. I didn't catch it earlier. I'm going to watch it tomorrow at work, so it sounds like it was a good one. So appreciate you calling in, TG.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy watching it, because like I said, I have videos literally put up on there to showcase just how bad this was and how it goes. And trust me, it goes so much deeper than any of us know. And more will start coming out.
Indeed, I'll check it out. Thank you so much for calling. OH.
IO.
She is a bundle of energy. I love that girl. All right. Yes, Steely Matt says Eric and Chris are having a meetup at the spring game showcase, whatever you want to call it. Yes. We will be on between the French Field House and the Shoe in that parking lot, just right south. Yeah, just south of French Field House by the bike path that goes there. Chris and I are going to be setting up our tailgate there with Second and Seven. Um, Bring any kids books you want to donate or any money you would like to donate to Second and Seven. Mike Wargo is going to be there that morning. Chris and I are going to get there early in the morning to set up this tailgate. We will have a flyer that we'll post on all of our videos, on our social medias, on where we're going to be. So it's going to be wild. Um, Hang around here. We got another phone call to get to, and then we're going to be playing. Hi, Lacey. Good to see you. We're going to be playing the songs again. We have 2 songs tonight. Thanks again to Dennis and Dev for the super chats. And there was another super chat. Who was it? I think it was, yeah, Bobby Mack with a $2 super chat as well. Asked about the over under on the death penalty. I, I don't know what a death penalty is in college football anymore, but it's gonna be bad. It has to be bad. Has to be bad. Dennis wanted that other song played. We'll play it in a little bit again. And Devin dropped us with the $20 super chat to get that song playing, and he'll get to play it on his show as well. I'm going to send him the link to that video. Um, so I'm going to go to one more phone call, and then we will play those songs at the end of the show. Y'all, you're going to love them if you haven't seen them yet. They're my best work, if I do say so myself. All right. Oh, we got 2 more phone calls. Sorry, we got 2 more phone calls. So let's go to Speedman first. Here we go. What up, Speedman?
What's going on?
Everything. I mean, everything's going on tonight. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I hear that, brother. I'll tell you what. I watched a bunch of the press conferences and all that from this past week, and dude, I can't help but be excited about the prospects of this coming year. I know all the coaches go and do all this excitement, all that stuff, whatever. But man, I tell you, we got some studs.
Yeah. Listen, I I was on Caden's show yesterday, Caden the man, and he's trying to convince me that Ohio State is going to run it back to back. And I just want to try to pump the brakes on everybody. This is a young team. They're going to make mistakes early on. But my gosh, Speedman, are they talented? It's young, but there is a ton of talent on this team. A ton. And if they can pull it together, brother, this could be another magical year. They remind me a lot of 2014. We won the national championship that year with a bunch of sophomores.
Yep.
They weren't supposed to be good till 2015, and they won it all in 2014. I have a little bit of a feeling that that's where we're at with this team. Now, there are some very talented upperclassmen, too. Don't get me wrong, right? Um,
Yep.
Caden Curry, Jackson on the ends. Uh, you've got Sonny Styles at linebacker. We've got talent in the back end of the defense, but you're replacing 8 starters on defense. You've got a new quarterback, new running back. You got several new starters on the offensive line. Like it's gonna take them a while to gel. But the thing that I remind everybody is this: the new college football season is not a sprint; it's a marathon. It's how we did it this year. That's how we did it this year.
Oh, absolutely. And I know it's a loss to that team up north and all that stuff. I think we share the same opinion that we weren't sure how the playoffs were going to go. But for us to come out and fire all guns, win a national championship, oh my gosh.
Indeed. Indeed, man. It was that run was it was magical. In a lot of ways it set a lot of things right that were wrong in the college football universe, in my opinion. And there's one wrong left to be written right, and that'll be up in Ann Arbor at the end of November.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, Eric, let me ask you this question, brother.
Shoot it.
What's your opinion on the difference between coaching college and coaching the pros? As we've seen Ryan Day do both, we've seen Matt Patricia do both.
There's a huge difference. Are you talking on the field or off the field?
But I'm talking about both. I know that with college and all that stuff, you got families involved, and I know these coaches are genuinely caring about the players and the families and all that stuff. But yeah, just everything above.
Yeah. Okay. So on the field, it's more teaching as opposed to scheming. But you do have to scheme, but it's more basic scheming than it is in the NFL. In the NFL, these are professionals. They work 40-hour weeks, um, practicing just for games, right? So these they're in the facility 8 a.m. to 4 or 5 p.m., right? It's a full-time job when you're in the NFL. So it's not so much teaching technique and teaching, you know, the basics. It's more about scheming. That's the on the field. Uh, the off the field stuff is in the NFL. It's a job, and so as just like any job, you have a basic rules to your employer. If you break those rules, there's consequences, and they hold you to them with your paycheck. In college, it's a lot more. I don't want to use the word coddling, but they're student athletes. Even though they're getting paid these days, they're still student athletes, right? So they don't they're not
Yep.
there to collect a paycheck, although NIL's changing that, but you catch my drift, right? So yeah,
Yeah, I do. I was getting ready to ask you that too. It's like now that those college players are being paid and all that stuff, how long until that comes into play?
it's coming. I mean, it's coming sooner rather than later. But the biggest difference between college and NFL is in college you have to recruit, and it's a full time job. That's the biggest difference for a coach in college than it is the NFL. And you also have different like dealing with like players' parents. In college, you don't have to do that when you're in the NFL, man. It's like you're an adult, dude. Like, if your daddy's still holding your hand, looking at you, McCord, when you're in the NFL, they're gonna laugh at you and just cut you. Like, it's like whatever, dude. We'll go get another one. So, but it's a good question, Speed Man. What do you think the biggest differences are?
Um, yeah, I totally agree with you. As far as getting the kids to come to your college and uh, definitely with the advent of the NIL, it definitely changed the game. No doubt in my mind. Um, but like you said, once they get to the pros, they have agents and this, that, and the other stuff. I know they have agents now. Yeah, student athlete. That's right. Like our blitz. Um, but man, once you turn pro and you're making millions, millions of dollars, it does definitely change the perspective.
Oh yeah, it does. It's a job. It's a business. You know, like I, I
Yep.
I think a lot of them still love to play the game, but the joy of the game is no longer there for a lot of them. You know, um,
Yep.
it's not a game. It's a career. It's a business, right? And so I think, and the what I love about college football that you don't have in the NFL is the pageantry, right? The going to a campus,
Yes.
the student body, the band, the cheerleaders, right? The you know the uh, just all of those things that you have at the college game that you don't get at the NFL is why I love college so much. You as a fan can go to that university and be connected to it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm also I was a student, right? It's my alma mater, so there's a connection there. There's a My buddy Carl who has season tickets in the section where he gets his season tickets. There's a couple that sit in front of us that they met at Ohio State. They dated while they were at Ohio State. They got married after they graduated from Ohio State, and they come back. They've had season tickets their entire life. They come back. They sing the alma mater. They hold hands and put their arms around each other and sway during the. They're so connected, and the football team is how you still connect to your alma mater. You'll never get that in the
Yeah.
NFL. It's like I went to the Cincinnati Bengals University. You know what I mean? Like that ain't happening for anybody.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one of the biggest things that attracts me to college football as opposed to the pros. It's all about the pageantry. It's all about the heart that you put into the game. It's the last borderline, if you will, between heart and salary.
It's a good point. It's a good point. It really is. It really is. So it's what I love about it, man. I can appreciate the NFL, but I don't have a desire, a passion for it, if that makes sense, like I do college.
Oh, totally makes sense to me, brother.
Yeah.
We are definitely on the same lines of things, stuff.
And on that same level, Speedman, I've really lost my desire to watch the NBA and even Major League Baseball. Like professional sports to me at this point are kind of like, especially the NBA. Like I have zero desire to watch the NBA. I used to love basketball too. Like the back when Jordan played and Magic and Bird and the Pistons and that era and the 80s and 90s, like the 90s NBA was fantastic. And now I'm just like I could care less. It's they should change it to the Flopping Basketball Association in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally get it, man. College sports, period, are just more competitive. It's more exciting just because they have the heart. And, you know, those guys know that they probably won't make it to the pro level. What is it, like 2%
Yep.
of college athletes aware make it to the pros?
Yep. I think it's less than 2%. Yeah.
Yep. But oh my gosh, I love watching college sports, man.
Me too, brother. All right, my man. I got one more phone call to get to. Thank you for calling in, Speed Man. I appreciate you.
Oh, appreciate you, brother. And I just want to do a little shout out to my wifey that you met a couple weeks ago, Miss
Yeah.
Ann. Her birthday was this week.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I'm March 20th, first day of spring. So here we go.
Oh, well, that's a great way to celebrate the first day of spring. Happy birthday.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Speedman. Thanks for calling. OH.
Ayo! See you, brother.
Bye. All right, we got one more phone call, folks, and then I'll play those songs for everybody. What up, Sean?
What up, Bogsy? How you doing?
Buddy, I'm living on the edge, as they say.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I just can't believe that it came out today that Michigan actually knew what he was doing, what Weiss was doing, and they still let him coach.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
You know, I never thought after what happened to SMU that there would be any way and heck that they would ever give anybody a death penalty again. But the more that comes out, the more I think they deserve it. I mean, I
I'm
didn't
with
think,
you.
before I wasn't saying, no, they won't get it, they won't get it, they don't deserve it. But now I believe they deserve it with all the stuff coming out now that we know.
I'm with you 100%, dude. I just at this point I don't see how the NCAA doesn't drop a big punishment. Now I don't know what is a death penalty in college football anymore. With NIL and things like that. I just don't know what a death penalty would look like in college football. But whatever punishment they're going to try to give them, it's probably still not going to be what they deserve because at this point, man, you're reaching you're reaching Penn State level of grossness while also having this level of cheating that we've never seen before using technology.
They said, they said they've never had anything happen like this before, a breach that big before. Plus, you've had the biggest on-field cheating scandal ever in the sport. I mean, holy cow. I mean, not just one whammy, but two gigantic whammies.
Indeed.
And you don't even know where this all is going to lead them either. I mean, you got to figure some of that stuff was used for gambling. I mean, some of it was for cheating. Some of it was for, perversion and blackmailing people. So who knows what else they're going to find going through all this evidence.
It's who knows, man. I heard today that Michigan is going to try their very best to settle out of court with the new lawsuit from the young female student athletes who graduated from U of M and who are now suing their university. That their university is going to settle out of court because they just don't want this stuff exposed. And it's like I don't know if you heard that phone call from Todd a couple callers ago before TG. He brought up a great point, man. It's like how much of this did they not only try to cover up, but they were in on to begin with? Did they literally put the stamp of approval on as an athletic department? Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for this. And that's one of the reasons why they're fighting so hard to cover it up, man. It makes sense to me.
I mean, because their fans were saying before, well, it's a nothing burger. It's not. If it was a nothing burger, if it was just going to be a couple of scholarships and a big fine, Michigan would have ran to Indianapolis to sign that deal. There's no way it's going to be a nothing burger. I mean, with all that they got on them now if you look the last NOA, it's not been leaked at all. The reason why it's not been leaked at all is because it's so horrible and they don't want anybody to see it. I mean, I don't understand why these people think nothing's going to happen to them. And they just laugh it off and they think it's almost like they just think they can get away with anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way they act anymore. You know what I mean? Like their arrogance is going to be what does them in at the end, because if Harbaugh wouldn't have been so arrogant and they just would have admitted to the cheeseburger gate, they would have got a slap on the wrist and they'd have been down the road. And who knows if if anything with Counter Stallions ever gets, they ever get caught on that.
You know what's happening right now, Sean? This just dawned on me. I remember the old timers calling Michigan Michigan fans pompous, arrogant pricks, and I always remember thinking, man, that's awful strong language. You know what I mean? But
Well,
I think
AA
the
used to
younger
stand for arrogant
generation
asses, you know.
the the younger generation is now seeing why the older generation called them that all those times, man. Like now they're seeing it. I remember growing up in the '90s, man. The arrogance from them, just it was
Yep, me
unbearable.
too.
And now they've won a national championship, and they've won against us 4 years in a row. And look how quickly it came back. The pompous arrogance of that fan base. And to think the whole time they were this happened, they were doing this, man, they are living in a house of cards, dude. An absolute house of cards.
I mean, they have disgraced the game of college football. I mean, they are a disgrace. Honestly, I don't even want them in the Big Ten anymore. It's to the point where, before I hated them, but I still respected them. Now I have no respect for them anymore, for their program at all, for what they stand for. That Michigan man, well, we stand up. We're Michigan man. We stand for something. That's all a bunch of BS, man.
Totally, it's a house of cards. It's built on nothing. Their
Yep.
championship was built on cheating and lies. And I mean, TG brought it up a week ago. Look at how many of those guys who were drafted from the national championship team are already out of the NFL.
I mean, I told them, they keep bragging about how they're O-line university. I said, when's the last time you guys had an offensive lineman go into first round? When's the last time when your O-lineman did anything in the NFL? I mean, honestly, Cesar Ruiz was the last offensive lineman I can remember that got drafted in the first round, but like a first round tackle, either you had to go back either to Taylor Lewan or Jake Long. It's been that far, long ago.
Mm.
I mean, you can, besides Aiden Hutchinson and Nico Collins, name any other Michigan players in the NFL right now that are doing anything.
I mean,
You
what's
really can't.
what's his name in Detroit before he got hurt? The defensive end,
Yeah, Hutchinson. I mean,
Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson and Nico Collins. Them are about the only two that have done anything in the NFL for Michigan lately that have been any good. I mean, they still are trying to brag on J.J. McCarthy. I said, the dude hasn't even thrown a pass in the NFL yet, and they still think he's going to be awesome.
In the video, I saw him up trying to throw a pass to a coach. He threw it about 5 yards to the side of him. It's like, what?
Well, you know what I keep reminding these guys, Eric, because I said every year GMs get desperate for a quarterback, and some team always reaches. You can go back in the history of the draft, and there's always quarterbacks that get drafted in the first round that should have never been drafted. I mean, Minnesota had Christian Ponder, J.J. McCarthy 2.0. I mean, right there, J.J. McCarthy's Christian Ponder 2.0. I mean, E.J. Manuel, Johnny Manziel. I mean, the Browns have drafted probably about 8 of them, for God's sake. I mean, every year people draft. I mean, they want to brag about how high of draft pick J.J. McCarthy was. So that means nothing. Because people draft, bust out all the time and draft people they shouldn't draft in the first
Right?
round.
Yeah, and then their greatest player of all time, Tom Brady, was drafted in the 6th round. So whatevs, right?
And what cracks me up is his senior year, they didn't even want him to play. He had to share snaps with Drew Henson.
I know.
They booed him. He was so upset at the way he was treated and his family was treated. He didn't go back there for like 20 years. That's what's so funny. They want to sit there and act like Tom Brady, how great Tom Brady was. Tom Brady didn't develop till he went to New England. So
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sorry, Michigan doesn't get to count him as a developed quarterback in their program. They just don't.
no,
They don't.
not when not when you're forcing them to platoon with a freshman. That Drew Henson was Bryce Underwood before Bryce Underwood. I mean, he was the hot shot hometown hero kid that they thought was going to be the next savior.
This sounds like a good time to remind everybody about our NFL draft game we play every year for prizes. So if you've never played our mock draft game with the Buckeyes, make sure you tune in on Sunday night, April 20th, before the draft, and you will see us do our Buckeye mock draft game, and then you can email me your draft positions for the Buckeyes, and the person who acquires the most points in their Buckeye NFL mock draft will win a prize from Chris and I in the OHIO podcast. So make sure you tune in Sunday night, April 20th, for the big NFL mock draft game. And that night we'll have a special guest who's going to be on with us. He confirmed with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. So don't forget about that. So we've been doing some NFL talk, so I thought I would throw that in. Sean, before I let you go, and we drop these songs. I don't know if you were at the beginning when we played them, but they're pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I thought they're good. I think they're good anyways. Uh, I heard you had a really good show with TG earlier about all of this. Is there anything else you want to bring up about this before we turn the page and rock everybody's world?
Well, she brought up a good point about the running back that was on the news. His name was, I think it was John Vaughn. He was a running back for Bo Schembechler, and he was a starter. And
Yep, she
he
brought
actually,
that up.
he was speaking out about how Michigan has had a past of covering sex abuse up, because he went to the doctor. He goes, they used to have to go to the team doctor, like in the off season if they were sick. They couldn't go to a regular doctor. They'd go to the team doctor. Well, he had like strep throat, and he went to the team doctor, and the team doctor gave him a prostate exam. And he went and complained about it, and they did nothing about it.
Yeah,
so,
of course not.
I mean, and that was the doctor that was Bo Schembechler's friend, and Bo Schembechler and them covered that up because there's multiple complaints against him. His own stepson complained that he was assaulted by him, and nothing was done about it. So, I mean, there's been a past of them covering trashy stuff up like that. So, but I appreciate you taking my call. I heard the Georgia song, so I look forward to hearing the next song.
Yeah,
buddy.
I'll play
Thank-
the It Wasn't Me Michigan song first, and then I'll play the Georgia song second on our way out, so you can all enjoy those again. They will drop on our YouTube channel the next 2 days, and then Devin's gonna play the Michigan one on the Buckeye Boys. He loves it, so
Awesome.
yeah, it's pretty good. So I hope you all enjoy that. But yeah, so programming notes. Chris and I have a video dropping tomorrow morning that is about all of what we spoke about tonight, where we just tear into their fan base about all of this. And then
Look forward to it.
The Michigan song video will drop on our YouTube channel tomorrow. Make sure you go and grab that URL. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere you can. If you share, like if you grab the URL from this and you share it, more people are going to pick up, watch it. Some people are going to like it. We can grow our community. Biggest way you can help us, obviously, right now, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Share this video. Share the videos that we drop. We usually drop 2 videos a day, one in the morning, one in the evening. They're not always quote unquote new. Sometimes they're videos from segments on the weekend show, but a lot of times it's new stuff. Plus, if you're a member and you're paying $3.99 for the membership, we've had two videos this week, a third one coming, that are members only. 2 of them are recruiting, and one of them is a story Corey told back when he was communicating with Tony Alford. So I don't know, Sean, if you've got to watch that or not, but it's pretty.
No, I haven't.
It's pretty saucy. It's a pretty saucy video. So go check that one out if you guys haven't, if you're members. So please consider doing that. And if you're not a member, it only costs you $3.99. Just hit the join button here on the YouTube channel, and you'll get a T-shirt. You'll get, after you've been a member for a month, you get the videos, you get the magazine, the preview magazine, you get free shipping on anything you purchase from the store. It's the best value out there that you can get. Sean, I appreciate you calling in, brother.
I do too. Don't they still get the autograph 8x10 centerfold of Chris Wilde's autographed when they join?
Oh no, well we've upgraded to the Chris Wilde's Buckeye Boggs swimsuit edition.
Oh, cool. Hey, bro, thanks a lot for having me on, man. Like usual, man. Awesome show tonight, bro. Take care.
OH, buddy.
IO, brother.
I heard that calendar is a whale of edition. That's a terrible joke. Terrible dad joke. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Again, don't miss those videos. We're going to be dropping videos on your doorstep all weekend long. Make sure you check those out, everybody. Tomorrow morning, we'll have if you're gonna like this video we're about to play for you, it'll drop tomorrow afternoon. We'll have the Georgia one on Saturday, another video on Saturday. We'll have, of course, our call-in show Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We've got a show host from ESPN in Lima, the ESPN Radio in Lima is joining us Sunday evening. He's our special guest. You're not going to want to miss that. And then, of course, we're right back into the call-in show Monday night with Chris at 8 o'clock Eastern. Thanks again, everybody, for being in the chat. Great job, everybody. A great show. Appreciate all of you calling in. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm just going to play these songs for you, and then we'll call it a night, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the next two songs.
Yo, coach, what do you want? NC2A just caught us. You let them catch you? I don't know how we let this happen. With who? Kind of stallions, bro. I don't know what to do. Say it wasn't you. All right. NC2A came in and they caught us red-handed, stealing all the other team signs. Picture this, stallions on the sideline, wearing Central Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment. How you gonna spy on all these teams and keep it hidden? We got busted, now the Wolverines are forbidden. Hardball left town for the hammer came down. Now we're stuck here waiting for the NC2A clown. We were burger flipping, laptops tripping, records missing, partridge out and shredding, docks, Weiss caught slipping. Tell them it ain't true, deny every claim, but when they ask us, we just say, but they caught me at the big house. It wasn't me. Saw me hacking on the laptop. It wasn't me. Recruiting kids through COVID. It wasn't me. Even paid them with a burger. It wasn't me. Had a racist assistant. It wasn't me. Drove drunk through Ann Arbor. It wasn't me. Jim just left for the NFL, and now we're banned from the playoffs. NC2A came in and they caught us red-handed, stealing all the other team signs. Picture this, stallions on the sideline, wearing Central Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment. Yo, I try to tell them that the charges are bogus, but now we about to get a postseason bonus of bands. Show cars coming, hard bars running, AD shaking, Wolverines crumbling. Man, we had the talent, we ain't have to cheat. Now we about to lose all our wins in the heat. And C2A sniffed it out, saw the whole scene. Now they about to hit us with the SMU beam. But they caught us in the playoffs. It wasn't me. Watched our signals from the sideline. It wasn't me. Had a guy in sunglasses filming. It wasn't me. Destroyed evidence to hide it. It wasn't me. Now the banner's getting taken. It wasn't me. And the title's under question. It wasn't me. They got texts, they got videos. It wasn't me. And we can't make a bowl game. NC2A came in and they caught us red-handed, stealing all the other team signs. Picture this, stallions on the sideline, wearing Central Michigan's disguise. How could we forget that they recorded everything? All this time they were watching us, and now they're handing down the punishment. Athens where the dogs run free. They ain't just fast on the field, you see. From the 50-yard line to the county jail, burning rubber like it's on the rail. Kirby's yelling, slow it down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs feeding, cops keep reading, plates off Lamborghinis, Rex get teeny. Kirby's crying, but they ain't trying to hit the brakes. Recruiting 5 stars, driving too hard, tearing up Athens Boulevard. Coach keeps preaching discipline first, but that radar gun just makes it worse. Kirby's yelling, slow it down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs speeding, cops keep reading, plates off Lamborghinis, Rex get teeny. Kirby's crying, they ain't trying to hit the brakes. Recruiting 5 stars, driving too hard, tearing up Athens Boulevard. Coach keeps preaching discipline first, but that radar gun just makes it worse. Kirby's yelling, slow it down, but these boys just love that sound of screeching tires, blue lights flashing, Georgia football always crashing. We're Southern fast and furious, too fast to be curious. Bulldogs speeding, cops keep reading, plates off of Lamborghinis, Rex get teeny. Kirby's crying, but they ain't trying to hit the brakes.